Welcome. This is James Dewar, your host of the San Antonio Entertainment Show and our sponsor, the West San Antonio Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Christy.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So we have Christy Villanueva, who is president of the West Chamber of Commerce, a dynamic chamber. And I always tell everybody, if you want to know what's happening in San Antonio, you talk to Christy.
Thank you.
There's a huge benefit being a member of the West San Antonio Chamber of Commerce. But we're going to go over everything that the San Antonio Entertainment Show, we do everything from fitness events, yoga, to festivals, to chamber events, to dancing, to live events, to dining. Everything there is in San Antonio, we want you to know about. And you will find things here that you will not find anywhere else on the internet. We have in-depth interviews. In fact, you stay tuned because we will have on this show the chef and owner of Botica, the world-class restaurant here at the Pearl, here in San Antonio, right near downtown. And then we'll have a world-class brewer, Les Locke, from Southerly Fine Foods and Brewery at the Pearl Complex. So you'll get the best of dining, you'll get the best of brewing, and you'll have an in-depth interview with these gentlemen. And so we always say, for the James Dewar Show and the 7 Steps of Financial Success, that step 7 is enjoy life. So why work all your life? Why work so hard every week and then not enjoy your weekends? So we want you to have an outlet. We want you to enjoy life. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 5 p.m. to the San Antonio Entertainment Show. So, Christy, I know you have a lot of things you need to talk about the chamber. So let's just go right into it.
Okay, sounds good. And you were mentioning Southerly's.
Southerly's.
That's one of our members.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, we love Southerly's, the food. If you haven't had their appetizers, they have large salads. I love having lunch over there.
They are an amazing place. They're from the interview you'll hear later. I'll tell you a little preview. They were invited specially to be part of the world-class Pearl Complex.
Yes.
So you have like I said, you have the movers and shakers in your organization like Southerly's.
Absolutely. And what's amazing about them is we consider them a small husband and wife business.
Yeah.
They put a lot of heart and soul into everything they do. Chef Balfour and his wife are amazing. So anyway, I can't say enough about that. But for the West San Antonio Chamber, so we just came off of a big luncheon, a 200-person luncheon, State of Energy. We had Paula Gold Williams as our featured speaker. Previous to that, we had State of Water, and that had 3 different CEOs from the River Authority, from SAWS, and from Edwards Aquifer. I was up there. Our Bloomberg guy was, some people may have heard in the news that we received a Bloomberg grant. Well, it was actually in the form of a person. Oh. So that gentleman, Mr. John Bailey, he was also my co-moderator for that. So the West Chamber, the benefits of being a member are that you get information on the trending topics. You want to know what's going on, things that need to be voted on that are coming up very soon. We got to be careful with that. 2020, we're going to have a lot of things that are going to be on the ballot that are key to our quality of life here in San Antonio.
And that's why you have to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce, specifically the West Chamber of Commerce, where you're connected and you can help the decision makers of San Antonio make the right decisions for business, because that's what it's all about.
Yes.
I mean, it's all about earning a good living and enjoying life. And if we don't have a partner like the West San Antonio Chamber, then we're going alone. You don't want to go alone trying to fight. I'm not saying fight City Hall or fight, you need to you have a direction and a purpose.
Yes.
And I know the West Chamber does, and they're fortunate to have you as a leader.
Thank you so much. And we always tell our members, you've got to be informed. We are wanting people to enjoy their life. We want small business owners and medium and large business owners to enjoy what they have. We all want to make a profit. We all want our employees to work. But at the same time, you've got to enjoy what you have. Yeah. And we try to make that combination reality.
And the thing is, when you work together, you build relationships, and that's where these restaurants needed to, the restaurants and entertainment venues need to join the West Chamber, because they're going to meet the people who can, get them that catering event, for 500 people, or can have them, invite them to their entertainment venue and have a special event there. And they need to hook up with the West Chamber so they can increase their business and enjoy life. So
Absolutely.
you have a guest here,
I do.
Genesis Eakes, and she's president of Genesis Eakes International. What is that all about?
Well, so Genesis and I partnered together along with one other life coach, and we decided we're going to bring Live to Lead here to San Antonio live. And I'm going to let Genesis explain who the speakers are, but she's been a tremendous support for the West San Antonio Chamber and in teaching courses and getting information out to our members. This event is not only for the entrepreneur, it's not only for the small business owner, but it is for everyone. Everyone.
So anybody can come to this event?
Anybody can come. You can be a member or a non-member. This will benefit anyone in any stage of your life. And then we're not only going to have this piece, all the speakers, but we're also going to have a class afterwards to be able to have this dialogue so you know what to do with all the information.
So what is the date on this? I know I'm kind of jumping ahead.
So this is October 11th. Registration will start at 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And then we'll start promptly at 8. Yes, but it's going to run all the way to 1:30, and I'm telling you, this workshop is going to be so valuable because it's not boring. We're going to go from one speaker to another and have a lot of dialogue. But I'll let Genesis actually talk about what's going on.
Sure. Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and just to be partnering with the West San Antonio Chamber. It is amazing the amount of energy and time and effort that they pour back into this community. And I love Christy and her team and everything that they do to really pour into our community here in San Antonio to make it the best that it can be. So if you are not a member, you need to be, because who doesn't want to make our community better?
Absolutely.
Actually, if you don't want to make the community better, then don't join. But other than that, join, please.
So tell us about the speakers, Genesis.
Absolutely. So this is one of the opportunities, again, like Christy said, to be able to bring San Antonio world-class leaders. So the world-class speakers that are going to be at this event are John C. Maxwell, who is the #1 leadership expert in the world. We have Marcus Buckingham, who he's a global thought leader. He's also the guy that came up with Strength Finders. If you're familiar with that, that's kind of who he is. Angela Ahrens is also going to be a speaker. She's the former VP of Apple, their retail division. So she's going to be kind of opening up her playbook and giving us some great information on what it looks like to lead a world-class organization like Apple. Then we also have Rachel Hollis, who obviously I think a lot of people know who Rachel Hollis is. She's the #1 New York Times bestseller, and again, another great thought leader in the United States and just around the world. And then finally, for a lot of people that listen to James here every day, we also have Chris Hogan, who is the author of Everyday Millionaire, and he's going to be talking a lot about finance and business and just all kinds of great information.
And it was interesting, even I have my own videos I was uploading to jamesdurshow.com, and basically I was listening to Chris Hogan.
There you go. There you go.
I didn't take his videos, but I was listening to it. So that's the type of people I'm taking time to listen to Chris's information, and everybody out there should see him in person.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is it's going to be a simulcast event, so it's a little different because it is a live event. The speakers are going to be live in Atlanta, Georgia, in a stadium event there, which is a really cool thing because not everybody has the opportunity to go to Atlanta on the spur of a moment or whatever, but what we have the opportunity to do is to bring that live event to San Antonio and make it incredibly accessible for everybody here by being able to do a live simulcast.
Yeah, you're providing that access for everybody who can't afford to go out there.
Absolutely.
So everybody can come to your private viewing.
Exactly.
And that is amazing. That is cool because we don't if you're away from work, you're not earning any money.
Exactly.
So that is an excellent format.
Yeah, so in this case, you will be able to come to the new Alamo Colleges District building that's
All
off
right.
right
There
off
you
of
go.
Broadway. A lot of people saw that building go up. So Alamo Colleges and Northwest Vista College is one of our sponsors for that event, and they're helping us to put this on. But Genesis, the really important thing is what people can take away. The business owner, the non-business owner, the student, everybody can take something away from this.
Absolutely. And that's the thing that is so crucial about this. And it's interesting because I think the thing that people forget is that if we're not continuing to invest in ourselves as leaders, as business owners, as just fellow human beings, if we're not continuing to invest in ourselves, we've literally chosen where we're going to level off. We've literally put a cap on our capability, the cap on the growth of our organization, the cap on whatever is happening. And the only thing that we can do to change that outcome, to make ourselves more profitable, to get ourselves to the place where we want to be personally and with our organizations, is by investing in ourselves. In an event like this, like James just said, these are some of the thought leaders that he listens to continue his own growth journey, and everyone else gets that opportunity too. So we're going to give you great takeaways so everyone will leave with a specific thing that will apply to them that they can actually implement same day if they want. This is how it hits the pavement of my life, whether they're a student or whether they are leading a large organization or whether they're an entrepreneur. Wherever stage they're in, they're going to come away with a key takeaway that says, all right, I can implement this today to get better.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, give us the name of the event again, and how do they find out more about it?
So the event is called Live to Lead.
Okay.
And any information that you need, you can call us at 210-229-1266, or you can go on to our website, which is westsachamber.org, and you go into the events page. Everything is listed there for you. And in addition to that, on November 8th, we have State of Port, where we're featuring Jim Perschbach, the CEO of Port San Antonio. We'll be talking about all the new features that are there, the new facility they're building. We're going to talk cybersecurity. Also, a little closer in our calendar, October 3rd, we're hosting a mixer and a training session, which is another leadership training session in our office at the West San Antonio office, which is 3006 General Hudnall. But again, you can find it all on our website. You can find it all on Facebook, and we are at West SA Chamber on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. So all that information is there, or the website, westsachamber.org.
Oh, great. And I just went to online and I just typed in West Chamber, it popped right up. So you have incredible visibility. So if you need any more information, go to westchamber.com.
.org.
.org. And stay in tune for our next segment. It'll be the most important at 1 hour of your listening weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the San Antonio Entertainment Show, and I am James Dewar, your host. And today we have a representative, the Director of Brewing, we have Les Locke from Southerly Fine Food and Brewery. Welcome, Les.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I live right near the Pearl, and I'm kind of spoiled because I get to go there all the time. But, what brought y'all there in the first place?
Chef Jeff Balfour was recruited to come on down and open up a restaurant. He'd been an executive chef on the Hotel Valencia for a long time, and when he came many years ago, they gave him a nice tour of the whole space. Obviously, this is way before it kind of finished out where it's at, and they ended up going through all the different spaces, that would be all the other different restaurants, and they came onto the original brew house, and they're like, well, we're going to do a brewery here. And he's like, sign me up. So that's how it all started.
It is an amazing space. I mean, it's right next to the Emma Hotel. It's actually connected to the Emma Hotel, and it has all the old architectural features. The exposed columns and the brewery, some of the brewery equipment still there, or just the piping and all that?
Both. There's both brewery equipment and just a lot of the original infrastructure to help run a brewery of that size.
Okay, so that's how Southerly got started. The Pearl system, I don't call it the Pearl system, Pearl complex, what do you call it?
Usually the complex.
Pearl complex.
Pearl complex or the campus.
Yeah, so they invited y'all Southerly especially to be part of that.
Right. It started with Jeff, and then after many months go by, we try to figure out what's the concept and how it works, and end up bringing me on board. But yeah.
Okay. Well, this is really amazing, and you are the focal point of the Focal Point restaurant there at the Pearl.
Modestly speaking, I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
If you want to go experience the Pearl, that's the place to do, Southerly's. And then again, Les Locke, the director of brewing. So what is it like making beer for locals, for tourists, in the former Pearl Brewery that's been there for 136 years?
Yeah, it's a pretty big honor. I mean, you got to think that over the years, the 130 plus years that there's been a brewery there, what we're called is the third generation of brewers, and so we're now brewing where they brewed for that long, and there's just so much history tied into San Antonio there because, I mean, at one point and by 1960, 1 out of 5 San Antonians either worked at the Pearl or they worked at Lone Star. So beer is very intrinsic with the culture of San Antonio and has been for so long. So being able to revive that has been a big honor.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's part of our heritage, and that's part of the economy back then, and now obviously it's part of the economy now. Yeah. And you have a lot to do about that, Les. You that's a very old historic space we were visiting about. And then also, you're going to do the same thing down in Brooks Air Force Base?
That's right. Brooks Air Force Base was closed many years ago, and it's been redeveloped through the Chamber of Commerce down there.
And for tourists in town, listen to this, driving down the road, and they want to, eventually go down there to your new restaurant. Where is it located? They may not know where the Brooks Base is.
People might think it's far away from downtown where the Pearl is. It's about an 8 or 10 minute drive, just right down 37 or 281 down to Southwest Military, and it's just right there while all that new development going on.
And what else can you say about that restaurant that's going to be down there?
The restaurant's going to be kind of a more comfortable atmosphere in the sense that the Pearl is, you walk in, you're in a really wonderful, beautiful restaurant, and down there also equally beautiful, but it's going to be more relaxed, more casual, and I think that's the approach. It's going to be chicken, it's going to be oysters, it's going to be a lot of the food that drives people in, and of course the beer is going to be on draft.
And I think your place at the Pearl is very relaxed, very welcoming.
Absolutely.
As soon as you get in, you get welcomed by the hostess, and then everybody's just happy and excited, and the food is wonderful, and it's down to earth. I tell you, it's great, and the prices and your lunch prices are great. I tell you what,
they are.
I mean, you don't have to go anywhere else. You can just walk to the Southerly's. So, but you yourself used to be a U.S. Marine, and I do appreciate your service.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I was in the Marines for about 5 years.
And then after that, you were in economics.
Yeah, I from San Antonio, grew up here, joined the Marines, and when I got out, I realized that I wanted to be in beer. I started homebrewing underage. I could buy the ingredients to make it, but not actually buy it. So that was my loophole. And when I came home, there was no breweries. There was one brewery, Blue Star, and I wanted to be in beer, but didn't know how to do it. So I knew the best way to do it was to immerse myself in a culture where beer was a big part of it. And that's University of Oregon, where I transferred from SAC up to University of Oregon to finish my undergrad and my first master's in economics.
Okay, but you had a lot of vision doing that, because you saw what the future is going to be. Craft beers is a huge part of our economy now.
It is. It's a large part of our economy. It's only growing.
Yeah. And then tell us about the 100 different beers you have.
Yeah. So every year, we try to keep an evolving, rotating beer draft list, and the way we do that is make 10 to 12 new beers a month. And we do have some consistent stuff on all the time, but we're always trying to cycle in some new stuff. So usually anywhere from about 80 to 120 different beers a year that we'll make, and that's what we see on our draft list.
So is that typical for a brewery?
Not at all.
I mean, that's what I would think. It'd be a tremendous amount of work.
It is. It's a lot of juggling of recipes and yeast, and a lot of, but it gives the menu a really good juxtaposition from the light stuff to the dark stuff, from the small alcohol to the kind of the bigger stuff too. So
you can never run out of choices when you go to Southerly.
That's the goal. Yeah, I mean, there's times we do dip down a little bit, but we try to keep it at least around 12 to 15 drafts.
So you touched a little bit about the culinary and beer matching together. Can you talk a little bit about the philosophy on that?
Yeah, I think beer pairs so well with food. It doesn't get the same sort of love that wine gets, but I think because of the multiple ingredients it takes to make beer, that you can find nuances in food, and especially the food that we're doing at Southerly, being a Southern comfort kind of coastal food, a lot of seafood, a lot of braised dishes, things like that, a lot of vegetables, that it really pairs well. Beer is actually extraordinarily versatile.
Oh, wow. And then, well, I know that. I'm an Aggie. So, gig 'em out there, and all us Aggies, we love beer. So, we also talk about, as you know, I run I have a financial show at 8 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And then we talk about step 7, which is enjoying life. So tell us more about how does beer and how does Southerly fit into our step 7, enjoying life?
Well, for me, for us, we make what we like. We know that it is something that attracts people, families, and it attracts people who just want to experience something new, maybe a new kind of seafood they've never had before, or different types of oysters. Obviously, the huge expansive beer that we have with different flavors. Sometimes they're traditional styles. Sometimes they're beers with fruits and herbs that you wouldn't normally see, just sort of to play off of. And I think that allows people to be a little more explorative in trying and pushing their palate a little bit more. And I think that's a lot of fun. I think, after a long day, after a long week, it's nice to come in, just have a couple pints with your friends and have some really nice oysters. And then, it's a beautiful setting too. So.
Right. So you do have a little outdoor setting too, in addition to the indoor, or?
Yeah. Actually, earlier this year we opened up an oyster bar.
That's what I was wondering if that was connected. That's Oyster Bar is y'all's?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very popular.
Yeah, it is. It's a great spot to sit. They do all the shows and concerts right there in front. The Pearls Farmer Market, it's on Saturdays and Sundays, and so the line's usually really long, but it's a lot of fun to get a pint. You can get a glass. It's in plastic cup and walk around the whole campus.
Okay, so that's where everybody that I see that has the pint, they're got it from your place.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what's next for Southerly? We know you have a few other expansions and restaurants.
Yeah, so Brooks, obviously, we have both the restaurant, the Coast and Comfort that's going in down there, but about a mile away also on Brooks, we just started building our production brewery. So that's for brewery. We can now take our beer to 300-400 accounts around town, HEBs, all the stores and stuff like that. So we're going to have the much bigger tanks, much bigger capacity. And then on the north side at the rim, we'll have our Bird and Biscuit, which is same sort of theme of what Southerly is all about. Also a full bar and also our draft beer as well. And it's going to be something that's both will be open in the spring.
Good. That's more casual?
That'll be more casual, yeah. Fast casual. It'll be more of a casual restaurant, but it won't be sort of the formal sit-down version that you're going to see at the Pearl, but the other ones are going to have plenty of dine-in and dine-out options as well.
Well, as director of brewing, you make the decision what's going to be brewed, right?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, that I do make the decision on what we're brewing, but I also think I listen to what people like to drink.
Okay.
And being that San Antonio is a lager town, a Pilsner town, we make 60% of our beer is our gold export, our light lager. So I mean, a lot of that's going to come from there, and that's what the production brewery is going to do. It's going to handle some of that year-round kind of anchor beers that we have, and then the production, the pub at the Pearl will continue to allow us to be explorative and really push the boundaries on beer.
Yeah,
So.
you got a great job.
Yeah, it's not too
I tell
bad.
you what, being director of brewery for Southerly, fine food, and the Pearl. I mean, Pearl's a world class event space.
It is. I've been to 49 states and about 32 countries, and I'll tell you as far as like food halls go and locations for just an area that embodies the culinary aspect, the food aspect, the community aspect, it's definitely unique. And as far as regional defunct breweries are concerned, it's definitely the most beautiful regional brewery that once existed as a brewery, now as a whole space. And I think that's a great medium for so many restaurants and shops and breweries, obviously.
Yeah. So tell us about. We've talked a little bit about the food there. What's your favorite food at Southerly's?
I think I've mentioned a couple. I love oysters, so
Okay.
I'm a big oysters guy. Definitely enjoy the oysters. Our snapper throats are really popular. They're the collar of the snapper, and it's just sort of some of the best bites you're going to have on a fish. So yeah, those are probably my two favorite.
And does that come from the Gulf of Mexico?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
All right.
and the oysters also come all the way up down the eastern seaboard.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I grew up in Corpus Christi, so I love oysters.
Yeah.
So basically, so what do you pair with the oysters? What type of beer?
I like IPAs and I like pilsners. I like crisp beers that are sharp, that finish and kind of clean off, and the brininess can come and finish that off. Saisons also do really well. Kind of got that farmhouse kind of earthiness to it, which pairs well. And so it depends on the salinity of the oyster. If they're a little sweeter, I prefer an IPA, and if it's a little more salty, I'm going to prefer something like a Texas Gulf Coast oyster. I'm going to prefer either a pilsner or a saison.
Okay. Well, Les, thank you so much. I mean, I wish I had your job. You have an amazing job. Y'all have an amazing facility, Southerly's at the Pearl in San Antonio, Texas. And whether you're a tourist or whether you're a lifelong resident, you need to visit. I mean, this is not. This is a restaurant you can go to every day, and probably not exhaust the menu options or not exhaust the beers. Definitely.
No, we definitely switch things out all the time. So.
Okay. Well, Les, thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
This is on the San Antonio Entertainment Show, and look forward to having you again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back. This is James Dewar, your host of the San Antonio Entertainment Show. And today we have an amazing guest. We have the chef owner of Botica, located in the San Antonio Historic Pearl Complex. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you could have gone anywhere. I mean, I'm looking at your resume here. Geronimo Lopez, and he's a chef and the owner. And you have been all over the world.
Some traveling, yes.
Places I can't pronounce, and you've been head of culinary institutes.
Yeah, I was the executive chef for the Culinary Institute of America here in San
And
Antonio.
then you were here. Yeah, you're culinary at other countries, and then here they brought you here, and you could go anywhere you wanted to in the world. You could open up your restaurant anywhere. Why did you choose to bring your craft here to San Antonio, Texas?
You know, I was brought here by the CIA back in 2011 to open Neo, which was their restaurant for the Institute. And then I kind of fell in love with San Antonio, you know, and the opportunity arose years later to be part of the Pearl and what the Pearl is doing for the city and the culinary scene, you know. So I couldn't say no to that. It was just such a great opportunity to be able to own a restaurant and do the things that you love to do on a daily basis in such a beautiful environment. So who can say no?
No. Well, a lot of people could say that. I mean, you know, you think, you know, you're right. The quality of life is so good in San Antonio. People are so warming, and it's like there's nothing against Austin, but you know, like my daughter always says, San Antonio is hip without saying it's hip.
Correct. I agree with that. Absolutely.
And it's a wonderful place, and the Pearl Complex. You're one of the destinations, Botica, that you have tourists from all over the world come here, stay at the Emma, and they come to your restaurant. And then for residents, I mean, you can't beat your restaurant and the local flair. So tell us a little bit about your philosophy in cooking and what you'll experience when you go to Botica.
Yeah, well, you know, I like I said, I travel a lot. I grew up in Caracas, Venezuela, where there was a lot of restaurants from many walks of life, a lot of immigration back there at the time. So you could find from great Lebanese food to great Chinese food to great Italian food. So I was lucky enough to grow up eating a lot.
Okay.
And then when I started cooking, I started traveling, I found those images and those ingredients from all over the world to be linked to the experiences that I had as a Venezuelan growing up in the Caribbean, growing up in South America. And I found that Asia and South America had a lot in common. So I always was fascinated by how ingredients travel and how you can find them in different cultures. And with Botica coming to life, I focus on what is the Chifa and the Nikkei experience, which is the Chinese, South American, Peruvian more specifically, and the Japanese, Peruvian experience from the huge migration that we had 100 years ago in that region from Chinese and Japanese, and how that cuisine has flourished to the point that is now a very hip current trend all over the States. So I wanted to start there, my own exploration of those flavors, those ingredients, and I always thought that in a setting like Texas, with all the beautiful produce, the meats, the fish that we have, it was just a good pairing. So that's where the whole idea of Botica came from.
Okay, and yeah, I recently went to Japan for a couple weeks and just loved the food,
my
and then
God,
and it's amazing over there. So if say you have a Japanese tourist come here, would they enjoy your food?
I think so, because Japan has opened up a lot, and a lot of what the Japanese migration took from Japan to other places came back to Japan now.
okay. Mm-hmm.
So even in 20 years ago, if you would have added mango to a sushi roll or even a sushi roll in Japan, that would have been very strange. But Japanese people have very good palates, so they have expanded that a lot, and now they embrace those let's say those comebacks on their own culture, the little twists.
And I noticed you brought a bag.
Yes, I did. I got a
You
bag
want to
of
show off some of your goodies to the
yeah,
audience? So
absolutely.
we're on video. We're on video and audio. We're broadcast on 9:30 a.m. The Answer every Saturday at 5 p.m. We also on our Facebook. Just go to the Facebook. Go to the San Antonio Entertainment Show on Facebook and like us, and you can see videos. Oh my gosh!
So
This
I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of what we do in Botica, and this is our bento box that we do daily for lunch. And what you will find is a little bit of that
Can you
mix
see
of
this?
cultures. I can probably do a little bit of that.
There
So you can see
go.
a mix of cultures where you will have Southern Chinese style, typical Cantonese style egg roll with cabbage and chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had some nigiri, beautiful nigiri with fresh sea bass and salmon. I always like to use some sort of pickle because pickles are good for you. They're good for digestion and all that. So there's always a pickled ingredient.
Right.
A little simple, fresh green papaya salad with tomatillo dressing in this case, and just white rice. A lot of our food centers around rice, so I am a big lover of just plain, simple steamed white rice. And in this case, teriyaki chicken skewers with a little teriyaki glaze on top. Super simple like that. But this is our lunch offering every day in Botica, more or less.
Every day. This is traveling international, having all the infusion of Japanese and South American cultures all together. This is, I'm getting hungry right now, guys.
Absolutely.
So-
And this one is our summer roll. And it's quite interesting too, because we, by design, we only buy a certain amount of fish daily. And we don't use any frozen fish. We
Okay.
only use fresh fish. I think there's no excuse for using frozen fish if you live right on the coast like we do.
So you source it from the Gulf of Mexico, or what do you usually try to?
Everything that is white, I use from the Gulf.
Okay.
So a lot of drum, a lot of red snapper, and then I have other fishes that are more popular or common in the sushi world, like tuna and salmon, and
course.
those are sourced from different coasts depending on what's going on, but always fresh. So I don't buy more than 10 pounds of fish every day, and then we just use it on what we're doing. And we find that summer rolls, especially with the beautiful weather that we enjoy here in San Antonio, is great for this summers. And we just do a little ponzu with pineapple in-house and yuzu.
And what was the first ingredient?
So in this case, I have salmon, I have tuna, and I have striped bass.
Oh wow!
Okay, fresh fish. We always use fresh lettuce, rice noodles, and crispy quinoa. Some of that in there, and then we just wrap that up in a rice leaf or rice paper.
Right. What I really liked hearing what you're saying is you buy 10 pounds of each type of fish, and then when it's gone, it's gone.
Sometimes it's less, sometimes more, depending on what I need. On the day of the week, I just try not to leave fish in my restaurant more than 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful dining experience then.
Yeah, the idea is to have less variety. If you look at the menu, we only have a few rolls, a few offerings on the nigiri. It's not one of those sushi menus that is like 4 pages long.
Right.
And we try to respect the fish by not adding a lot to it. I don't like adding 4 types of mayo and a bunch of sauce. And if you have fresh, good ingredients, you shouldn't be hiding them behind all those accoutrements.
Okay. And what days are you open for the?
We're open 7 days a week, actually. On Sundays, we only do brunch. On Mondays, we only do dinner. But right now, we're about to open 7 days a week lunch and dinner all day long and launch a new all-day menu. But we're normally open from 11 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
And tell people where you are at the Pearl.
So yes, absolutely. We're right in the middle. So if you walk down Pearl Parkway, you're gonna find yourself looking at where the Hotel MI is and our brothers from Southerly. And if you look to your right side, you're gonna find the fountain and what we call the park at the Pearl, where we do a lot of events and concerts and all that. And we're right there, right in front of all that in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, you're right in the middle of it.
Yes. It's a lot of fun when it's packed, when it's farmers market, and you see everybody around it.
So do you get any of your produce from a farmer's market?
A lot of it I do. A farmer's market, interesting enough, the producers have such a success that they run out of stuff pretty quick. I remember back in the day when we first started, there was a lot of us as chefs helping them get their produce so they could sell it all, because they make a lot of effort to be there every weekend. So we took that. But these days, interesting enough, I set up beforehand. Well, I have a couple of partners, Linda Stearns, she does amazing produce. And we set up beforehand what we want, because if not, it's gone.
You can't count on it.
Yeah, people take it, and that's great.
So, and what about how do you pair? Would you pair sake with this type, or do you pair beer, or what do you?
So again, the South American experience when it comes down to cocktails and alcohol, we have three major players: rum, definitely from the Caribbean, from where I'm from,
right,
and then the cachaça in Brazil, which is also made from cane sugar, but it's a different process, and then pisco, that is all the Andean region, and it's a brandy basically made of moscatel grapes. And those three spirits drive our cocktail menu. Although we have tequila and whiskey and all.
What about beers? Do you do beers?
Beers, absolutely.
Does that pair well with your food? We just, as you know, you ran into Southerly on the way out, and they, of course, talking about pairing a beer a lot. Is that something you recommend with your food?
And we design our beer menu to go with our food, depending obviously on seasonality and weather and all these things. So this time around, for example, in summer, you will find more of the lighter side of the beers, so you can enjoy with the weather and also with this type of lighter side food. As we go into the colder months, then we go for stronger beers that will go stronger.
So tell me, what is your intent when somebody comes in? I want to spend a little more time with you here. We're getting close, but I want to go a little bit beyond our break. Tell me, what do you want people to experience when they come to your restaurant?
Botica was born through a lot of my own experiences as a South American traveling. So the colors, the ambience, the music, the food, hopefully the whole experience for me, what I want to transmit is that you're in South America for a little bit, in that South America that I grew up, that has a lot of migration from other places, a lot of influences, that you can feel yourself a little bit in Asia, but not exactly. That's kind of like the experience that I want people to get. And definitely is a place that has a lot of warm and light, and it's noisy, and it's loud, and has a lot of ambience to it.
Yeah, and that's exactly the experience I've gotten before when I've eaten there with my wife before. That it's you got the box of the Japanese box, and you have the Japanese type food, but you do have a different flair to it, different feeling.
Correct.
Completely. So you're right. You hit you have the experiences down packed.
Oh well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So we appreciate you having you here today. It's Geronimo Lopez at Botica at the world famous historic Pearl complex. Whether you're traveling and you hear us we're driving down the road here, or you go to our website, the San Antonio Entertainment Show, and you listen to one of our podcasts, or you listen to our video, or you see our video, go back and listen to this video one more time. And then think of what Geronimo Lopez talks about, the experience. And let's have an experience when you go out. Let's enjoy San Antonio. Let's enjoy our life. Step 7 is enjoy life. And we definitely need to enjoy life. And I really appreciate you, Geronimo, for being here and for sharing your skills and being here, being a San Antonian.
No, thank you very much for the opportunity. I love San Antonio.
And we look forward to seeing you again.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. This is James Dewar, your host of the San Antonio Entertainment Show. This is a brand new broadcast that we've been doing, and if you are on a break or just beginning, welcome you. You can find all the events. I don't care if you're a long-term resident of San Antonio or whether you're a visitor. You want to tune in to the San Antonio Entertainment Show on 9:30 a.m. The Answer every Saturday at 5 p.m. So you can find out what's going on. If it's the last minute, you don't have any plans yet, always tune in at 5 p.m. Find out what's going on that night. Find out what's going on the next week and the next month. We have a tremendous venue that we're highlighting all the great things and fun and interesting things to do and things that's not the normal things that people think of as entertainment. We're going to have fitness. We're going to have, where's the best yoga places to go to? Because a lot of people that's part of their entertainment. They go lift weights, they go to fitness, they go rock climbing. They do a lot of things, and they do kayaking here. There's a lot of things in San Antonio to do, and we're going to be covering all of it. We're going to be covering dining, entertainment, live music, festivals, everything there is in the great city of San Antonio, Texas. So tune in every Saturday at 5 p.m. So to get the best advantage out of this program, we have lots of tools for you. First, we're mixed media. So we're not just on the airways. So if you're driving down the road right now, go to sanantonioentertainmentshow.com and you can find everything there. We have an entertainment calendar. Did you hear that? A calendar just that focuses on entertainment. And let me tell you a little bit about calendaring systems. If you have a business out there and you want to get some visibility, whether it's your a new event or live entertainment or something, a calendar does more than just let you know what's happening. It lets you know what the other guy's doing. So you need to frequently, if you own a business, you need to be going to the San Antonio Entertainment Show and our entertainment calendar and take a look at the calendar and see what's going on. And that way you don't schedule the same artist or type of artist the same night. There's a lot of things you can do as a community to come together if you know what's going on in the community, and you will find that. In terms of entertainment, it's the sanantonioentertainmentshow.com. In addition, what we're bringing is new media. So it's one thing to have some reviews, have an article written about. It's another thing to hear directly from the business owner. And that's what we're going to do for you. We're going to bring the organizers of the festivals. We're going to bring the organizers of the run walks or the marathons. Those are things that's entertainment, okay? You need to know what's going on, and we're all living healthier lifestyles, but we still like to have a good taco. So we're going to have all the taco restaurants. We're going to have all the Italian restaurants. We're going to have all the establishments like at the Pearl, downtown, on the north side of town. We're going to have everything San Antonio at the sanantonioentertainmentshow.com. So we have videos every week that we have on the show, and of course they're going to be podcasts. So if you can't be in front of the video, and please don't do that while you're driving, you can just plug into the podcast before you start driving, and you can hear it. Our podcasts are going to be on the 9:30 a.m. The Answer radio station. Our podcasts are going to be on the sanantonioentertainmentshow.com. So it's going to be easy to be able to catch up on what's going on. And I tell you, I am the host of the James Dewar Show, heard every morning, Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And we always say, which is the truth, it's the most important financial 1 hour listening of your week and of your lifetime. You need to tune into the jamesdewar.com financial show and the 7 steps to financial success. And that's what brought us to wanting to highlight what's happening here in San Antonio. We wanted to do our step 7, and step 7 of the James Dewar financial show is enjoying life. We want you to enjoy life. But you can't enjoy life if you don't have your finances in place. We want you to do the 7 steps to financial success. You can find out every morning at 9:30 a.m. The Answer at 8 a.m. Again, if you miss it, and if you haven't been listening before, go to the jamesduer.com. That's JAMESDUERR.com. And you can see all the videos from the very beginning. You can learn critical financial information that leads you to this program, to enjoying life and the San Antonio Entertainment Show. So let's look at what can you do. We need the community to come to us. We need the business owners. We need the festival organizers. We need everybody to contact the jamesduer.com. You can contact us here at entertainment@jamesduer.com. That's entertainment@jamesduer.com. Or you can always send me a text, okay? Text or call me at my personal cell phone number is 361-442-4811. That's 361-442-4811. Texts are probably better. We get a lot of calls from the 8 a.m. financial show. So just be clear that this is about the entertainment show, and contact us. But we want you to reach out to us so we can get you on the air. We can get you on our new media. We can get you where we're reaching people that nobody else is. We're reaching a entertainment sector of a huge talk radio environment we have here in the United States that's growing every day, and there's no entertainment on it. Of course, the financial shows and the real estate shows and the garden shows, they're entertaining, and especially on 9:30 a.m. But a true entertainment show, we're groundbreaking. We are going to be bringing in all the leaders, all the best restaurants in town, all the best taco shacks in town. We're be going to the what do you call them, the trailers? What are my producer? We're going to go to the taco trailers. We're going to go to the places where they just have the trailers and they serve food out of the trailers, which I love. And there's some of the best food you can get out there. But, you have to find out. These are always popping up all over the place. But if you stay tuned, we'll have that on our website. We'll say it over the air. We'll have it on Facebook. We'll have it on YouTube. We'll have it on everywhere out there. But we need the San Antonio entertainment system, and that includes whether you have a water park or whether you run SeaWorld or whether you have, anything out there, live entertainment, dancing. Hey, we need more country dancing. Okay. I'm a Texas A&M fighting Texas Aggie, and we need to know where the best places to do the two-step are. And you'll find that at the jamesduer.com show, and you will find that at the San Antonio Entertainment Show.com. So that's how you can participate, the residents of San Antonio. And the cool thing is, we want you to contact us. If you go to a restaurant and you want to tell everybody about it, maybe a hole in the wall nobody knows about, we want you to contact us. We want to be able to profile that restaurant. So you reach out to us, send me an email at entertainment@jamesduer.com. Again, my email is entertainment@jamesduerr.com. Send me an email so we can profile that business. If you have a festival you particularly like, if you have a nonprofit that's having an event to raise money, if you have a church barbecue, let's hear about it. Let's get that on the entertainment calendar. Let's let everybody in San Antonio know about all the great things that are going on. And, especially for these people who are coming in from out of town, they're spending their hard-earned income on coming to San Antonio, which is the #1 destination in Texas for tourism. They need to have a format like we have. We have a very unique format, the San Antonio Entertainment Show, because first we have a entertainment calendar. So it's really easy to see when you're planning your trip what's going on at that time in San Antonio. Also, we have videos. So they always say a picture paints 1,000 words. Well, a video, and especially our high definition produced videos here at the San Antonio Entertainment Show, that video, paints 1,000,000 views. So 1,000,000 words. So it's something that you want to tune into. So we're very unique. If you want to tune in, go to the San Antonio Entertainment Show.com, and you can watch all the videos. We're going to be archiving all the videos. So anything that we've had in the past, we'll have it on there. And then every Saturday at 5 p.m. We'll come out with a breaking brand new video for you, usually 2 to 3. And one thing I do want to point out that we're really excited because we have the West San Antonio Chamber of Commerce, one of the most dynamic chambers in this city. The West Chamber is our sponsor. And as you've heard before, and we're also going to have, you know, events that are happening that are part of the business community. So, you know, if you're a business person, you want to know about what networking opportunities are going on. You want to know about what, you know, like the state of the energy and things like that, or that have gone on and put on by the chamber. You want to find out, you know, mix your business and pleasure, and we'll do that for you because we have the West San Antonio Chamber of Commerce as our major sponsor, and we look forward to you hearing more about them. But in closing this segment, and we're getting ready for a hard break, but we want the San Antonio community to reach out to us. If you own a restaurant, if you run a water park, if you have a festival, if you have a nonprofit, and let us help you get the word out. You know, we have a lot of room we can do on our website. We can include everybody on it. But the tape sessions that we're taping for our Facebook and for our YouTube channel, that's going to be limited. So you have to contact us early if you want to get on the show. So again, this is James Dewar, your host of the James Dewar Show and the 7 Steps of Financial Success, heard every morning, every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And I'm your host of the San Antonio Entertainment Show.com. So again, please reach out to us. Send us an email at entertainment@the San Antonio Entertainment Show.com or entertainment@jamesdewar.com. And we'll reach back to you and we'll schedule something up. But let's embrace this new media. Let's embrace the fastest growing sector of new media, which is video, and the emergence of talk radio, and what the AM channel has to do for you now. So check in every Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. for the San Antonio Entertainment Show.